to episode 1 of Tales from the Transmitter. First kiss, Larry Allen, my dad. Well,
thank you. Glad to be here.
I don't know how this happened. I think I was talking to an artist friend of mine, and there was a helicopter flying by, and it looked like it was going to land at the hospital, but then it cut right, and I said, it's going to Hawkins. And so, call you, and what do we talk about?
Well, as soon as you called me, the helicopter had already called me, and so I was talking to him. So you're looking at him, I'm talking to him.
So we're talking to the helicopter. You got me on speaker, and you're talking to the helicopter, and I'm talking to you, because it's not safe for you to be talking to two people. So, and then I got an artist friend with him, and I said, you got a break? And I said, Dad, it's been since I think I was like maybe 9 or 10 years old since you told me the story about was it the night Lynyrd Skynyrd crash?
Yeah,
it was in the nighttime?
Yeah, it's about 9.
Okay, you were an air traffic controller at Jackson International?
That's right.
Okay, what year was it?
77.
77. Okay, this was 2 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm not even alive yet. But I hear the story sometime as a child, and so it's not a long story, but I love the story. I don't love what happened at all. I'm a Lynyrd Skynyrd fan. So can you unpack kind of how the night went? What were you doing? Was it a busy night? Was it storming or what?
Ordinarily, an October night in 1977, I would probably barely have any memory of the whole year itself.
Okay.
That particular night, I was working the radar position in Jackson International, the radar approach control.
And so you're just in a room, and you're not even really looking out of the tower. You're just in a room watching radar.
You're in a room with radar scopes. It's dark.
And you're that thing's beaconing all the way around, and you're watching the state.
That's correct.
Okay. And then tell us what happened.
So we have a computer with a printer that's called a FIDO. It's Flight Data Entry and Printout.
Okay, for those of y'all who don't know what this is, but picture this very archaic printer that how does it even it just stamps it almost like a tattoo. You got one here with you.
We actually still use these.
Y'all still use these?
Those were printed yesterday.
Okay, tell us what information is on this right here.
That is it's called a SIGMET. Significant Meteorological Conditions.
Okay.
It tells about thunderstorm activity and where it is, which way it's going.
Where it's going. This is basically in 1977. This is telling you what's happening so that you can report back to the aircraft, the pilots.
That's right. It's also used to track any aircraft in the NAS, the National Airspace System, anywhere in the United States.
Anywhere in the United States?
I can put that aircraft number in this computer and it'll tell me where he is.
Oh, wow. Oh, so y'all had this computer in the 70s?
Oh, yeah. It was.
Oh, okay. So y'all were pretty technologically advanced for the time period.
It was primitive, but it worked.
But it was like a DOS computer.
And we still use the very same type.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Well,
It's the government.
That particular night, the printer spit out a strip like this, and one of the older guys went over and pulled it off.
Okay.
And he said, does anybody know what Lenyard Skinyard is?
Lenyard Skinyard.
So I looked at him.
And these are the older guys, and you're 25 maybe?
I was 23.
23 years old. You're fresh out of the Air Force Academy in Florida.
Yeah, I had been at Hawkins already.
Okay, you'd already been at Hawkins. For any of y'all don't know, Hawkins is the other airport. Okay, go ahead.
And so I asked the guy, I said, let me see that. And so the strip said there's been an aircraft crash. A Convair 240 has crashed near Macomb, Mississippi. Contracted to the band Lenyard Skinyard.
Lenyard Skinyard's plane.
So I was the youngest controller there.
What's a Convair? Is it got a prop or is it jet?
It's a 2-engine prop.
So Lenyard Skinyard's flying a prop plane.
Even at that time.
At the middle of the night.
Even at that time,
wow.
in 77, it was a pretty old airplane.
Yeah, so they're just they're not flying jets.
No.
And they were flying, I think there's documentaries about this. They're flying this thing when they shouldn't have been flying, right?
Well,
is that the story? I'm not real sure.
The plane had maintenance problems.
It had maintenance problems, yeah.
And, it had issues. Other bands had used it
Same airplane that was
Same
being
airplane.
shared by other planes and contracted out by Lenyard
And
Skinyard.
other bands had also turned it down because of some of the issues.
Okay. Okay, so this is an airplane that has known problems that have been brought to the attention of the owner.
That's right.
Okay. Keep telling the story there.
So I looked at the strip and I said, "That's Lynyrd Skynyrd." They go, "What is that?" I said, "Well, it's a band. You know, Sweet Home Alabama."
Because you're in your 20s and you know who
Yeah.
Lynyrd Skynyrd is.
Yeah. So
You're the first person who's identified this aircraft as being Lynyrd Skynyrd's plane.
That's right. And yeah, and anywhere.
Anywhere in the world. Yeah. And now, do you know that people died on the plane at this point? Or
No, at that point we did.
okay. You just know the plane went down, but you feel pretty certain that if anybody's on that old prop plane and it goes down in the woods, their likelihood is not very high.
At night.
Did anybody live on that plane?
Yeah.
Okay. But Ronnie Van Zant died.
4 were killed. And
Okay.
about 6 others survived.
Okay.
So
All right.
that they were outside of our airspace. We would not have talked to that airplane
Okay.
because they were overflying Mississippi. Landed.
Meaning they're in destinations, not Mississippi. They're just
No.
passing through.
They were going from Greenville, South Carolina to, I found out later, of course.
Okay.
Greenville, South Carolina to Baton Rouge. They have a concert in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
So they would have overflown Mississippi and just south of Jackson.
Okay.
What I read later, they were hoping to make an emergency landing in Brookhaven.
Okay. They were going to try to land at
But-
Brookhaven, and who were they? They were just in something, just trying to figure out how to put it down real quick. They didn't have much time.
They ran out of fuel
Oh wow. So the fuel gauge, the fuel gauge wasn't working.
due to fuel leaks and
Oh.
excessive fuel consumption. They ran out of fuel.
Okay.
The
Okay.
gauges were not
The
right.
old airplanes, out of gas in the middle of the night near Macomb. How do we put it down somewhere? Is there an interstate? And can y'all tell them to put it on the interstate legally?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, we were not talking to them. They were probably talking to Houston Center.
Okay. Houston's guiding through the state.
Houston.
They probably should have been talking to y'all because y'all would have known the area better.
Well, Houston's it controls in that area all the high altitude traffic.
Okay, because they're up
The-
10,000
the
square
overflight
feet.
traffic.
10,000, not square feet, 10,000 feet, pretty high up there, man.
Well, they control traffic in between facilities like Jackson and Baton Rouge.
Sure, okay.
Anywhere in between, they if they're on instrument flight plan,
Okay. So they're coming out of Baton Rouge and they're heading to South Carolina or North Carolina?
they left South Carolina headed
Oh,
to
heading
Baton
to Baton Rouge for a show.
So they were southwest bound.
Okay.
I don't know what initial altitude they were at. They ran out of fuel, put it down in the woods, and
The rest is
we found
history.
out about it.
And so now I think there's a memorial there,
There is.
and I'm sure we can put some pictures
Yeah.
right now with that show that memorial. And now it's on private property, so that you can go to the memorial, be very close to
Yeah,
the
you're
site.
within a couple hundred yards. of
Just a
the
couple hundred
actual
yards of the actual crash
Yeah.
site.
Yeah, it's a very interesting site. Other than, had it not been for that strip printing out, I probably would have barely even remember that night. Just
Sure,
like
yeah.
The night Elvis
It would have
died.
just been another night.
Yeah. Same.
But that little bitty thing right here popped out and would have looked just like this.
Yeah,
And it would have said Lenyard Skinyard.
that's right. I wish I had kept,
You know what that would be worth right
I
now?
didn't have the.
In a weird, dark way, that would be
Yeah.
probably worth millions of dollars.
Some collector was on it.
What do you think happened to it? Think it's got
I
catalog?
went to trash can.
It went in the trash can?
We get hundreds of those a
You
day.
just get these will popping out of the machine all day long. So you get the information but you know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's
thank you
what
for coming on. I guess this is episode 1 of Tales from the Transmitter. I don't even know what episode 2. I didn't even know there was going to be an episode 1. Episode 1 just happened because I've been meaning to bring this up. And for those of y'all that know who my dad is, y'all know that he's kind of a legend. He's an antiquer. He's an air traffic controller. He's an entrepreneur. At one time, he owned a nursery that sold flowers. I had the best flowers in college because anything was going bad, Dad would just send me down to USM with a lot of flowers. So my apartment always stayed very green.
most fun with the coffee shop.
And a coffee shop. So you're an air trafficpreneur. We can establish that. And so you hang around the flea market and you tell good stories. And so, thanks for joining us.
Enjoyed it.